Are we back? Okay, I think we're back. Well, that's a way to clear out chat, I imagine. Please try again later. Let's see what's going on. Are we... Now you're live on your channel. I wonder if it started this up as a separate broadcast or if it appended it. That I would like to know. Live now. 6 watching. Okay. Let's reload that. Welcome back. Ray's back. Ace of Vegas is here. That's awesome. Long way home. Hey, Ray, everybody. It seems like a separate broadcast. Okay, so that means all my links that I shared are probably not going to be, what do you call it, working? That's not great. I'm not happy. Let's see. So the link before, if I follow... Yeah, that seems to go... Watch time continue. Okay, that's a weird way of doing that. Let's do a little streamception here. What's the... that's a little dicey. Sorry about that, everybody. I lost my internet. Normally my internet's actually pretty dang reliable. So let me just check something here and then we'll get back into the action. So that's what it was before. No, that was a whole other day. Come on, Facebook, work with me here, guys. Posts. Well, I suppose with all this live stream, I was eventually going to achieve a stream fail at some point. Oh, you know what? I don't think I ever actually posted this on the Small YouTubers Boost YouTube Facebook page. So let's do that. Re-socially share this and then we can get the party happening again. Thanks to everybody who notified me through other means that my connection was gone. That was zero fun. Maybe I'll just go add this as a comment on my other posts. That way I'm not like totally spamming the world. It would be pretty hypocritical, ironic that an admin for one of the larger Facebook groups of YouTube that has rules of this nature would suddenly like start spamming. That would not be great. So I'll just do this as a comment. Because, yeah, then the link would probably be different. Watch. 7.1 is the old link. The new link begins with DB. Yeah, okay. All right. We're just going to do a rehash of this social sharing. Just so people get the new links. Ugh, that was zero fun. We were jamming, too. Don't worry. We're going to get back to it in just a moment. Okay, I think we're good. I just need to send out a tweet and maybe reply to that Reddit post, and then I think pretty much everywhere I would have shared it will have the new link so people can come back in. Man, can't blame that one on YouTube. That one is all my ISP. This is not a good look for them. Been thinking about trying somebody new anyways. Improve. Oh, I guess does that take me to the link? No, it would take me to the post, and then I comment. There we go. All right. Whew. Well, that was a pretty in-depth channel review, huh? Okay. I think I covered that one fairly well. So, unfortunately, I lost the old chat. So, oh, yeah, I got a new notification, so probably separate. Hey, everyone. Okay, so in this second round, part 2... part 2 of the live stream. Let's keep jamming. You got it, Ace. Absolutely. But unfortunately, because I did lose the chat on the previous one, I'm not sure who was next or what. So I think we got to kind of restart here. So does anyone who is in the Nouveau chat have a request of any kind? Channel review, get a video unstuck, any of that fun stuff? Talk about, I can show you behind the scenes of managing a large Facebook group. I can show you a tutorial about something specific. I can wax poetic. I can go on. I don't need those now. I can recommend some reading material for you if you like. We've got Simon Sinek, Find Your Why. I find he's a better speaker than an author, honestly. So what I recommend with him is check out his TED Talk on YouTube. It's like the second or third most watched TED Talk of all time. He talks about the golden circle, and one of the keys of that is knowing your why. When you know why you have a channel, why you invest this crazy amount of time and this passion that you have, and you can articulate it, your audience is going to identify with you, form a deeper, longer, more profitable connection. And also in times of trouble or difficult decision making, if you can go back to that why and remember everything you do should be in service of that why, then difficult decisions become a lot easier. And also, generally, I'm a big fan of Andrew Matthews. I've got an affiliate link for this book and also the Simon Sinek one down below. But this isn't about YouTube particularly, but Follow Your Heart is a great book where it's just about positive thinking. It's kind of a self-help thing, but it's done with like cartoons, so it really helps sort of make the point in an accessible way, which I like quite a bit. So there we go. I vamped for a minute, and I'm not sponsored, but those are just some things that they help me a lot in different ways, and so I like sharing it. And admittedly, I've got Amazon affiliate links, so it does. I do benefit from anything sold through those links, but there's no additional cost to you. So let's see who we've got hanging out in chat. Part 2, Alt F4 Gaming, Mindy, Ace of Vegas, The Long Way Home, The Trips, DJ Talks. Achilles Melee says, do me. Do you mean channel review or something else? Because I'm pretty sure I've done channel reviews for you a few times. I don't know. Maybe I can think of something unique that I can try and look at for you. Let's see. Bring your channel up anyways. Until I hear otherwise, I think maybe I'll just kind of assume that's what that is. How did I spill more food on myself? I haven't had more food. I'm normally not this big of a mess. So Achilles Melee is pretty good. You'll notice here that he owns his search term. There is no brand confusion. There's no one else here. It's all him. Straight to the point gaming videos on topics I think are useful. Not your usual gaming YouTuber. Subscribe for some large number years of, if I remember correctly, that ends with like good luck or something like that. So that's cool. 489 videos, gotta respect the hustle. 1.21k subscribers. And I may or may not be subscribed to this channel. Random channel PewDiePie? What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Nothing else? I don't follow. I'm lost. I'm still bleeding subs. For every one I get, I lose two. I hate to ask, but have you ever participated in Sub for Sub? I'd like to believe that you haven't, but oftentimes when that happens, that can be one of the potential causes. Actually, that's a really important question, though. There's something that I want to dive into, but I have to be careful about how I do it. just because of some persnicketyness with YouTube and sharing of information. I want to go see. Am I broadcasting this? No, I'm on a separate window. Good. Let's check this. All right. Yeah. Okay. This should be reasonably okay to share. It's going to show a little bit of revenue information, but nothing too bad. Sorry, just responding to some messages here. People concerned about the live stream. Somebody just messaging me. I think it was Tyler. Cool. Tyler was expressing some gratitude for the help, so that's cool. All right. Let me see here. I think I'm okay sharing this, but I need to move myself over. Whoa! Okay, just so you can see the information that I kind of want you to see here. Actually, you know what? There we go. Cover up there. I'm huge. Okay, so I want to show you some stuff here. What I am in here is Creator Studio. This is otherwise known as Creator Studio Beta. It's what they're pushing all of us onto. Those of us who don't like this kind of change are not thrilled. But what I did is, from the main analytics page, I clicked on subscribers and then show more. And that's how I got to this screen. And so this gives me some really important information. The time frame I'm looking at here, you can see in the top right-hand corner, is the last 28 days. And so what I want to draw your attention to is, let me do this right here. You see this? Subscribers. You see that? You see down here? This is some really critical data. This is super important. I highly recommend you take a look at this for your channel, particularly if you're experiencing growth that you don't understand or loss that you don't understand, as does relate to subscribers. So let's take a look right there. What we're looking at is the change of subscribers when people are on particular videos. Okay, so for example, I've got this sale and sign card video of mine here. It's one of my top performers. It's evergreen content. It does well in all time zones for all seasons, which I'm very proud of. And so in the last 28 days, that video has netted me 11 additional subscribers out of the 57 that I gained in that period. That number actually seems underreported. I'm pretty sure I've gained more than 57. I think it's closer to... Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Anyways, and so this is sorted by how many I've gained. So if I didn't know what I wanted to produce next as a video, if I had a blank slate that I was starting from, this is one way. Let's say my priority is subscribers. Right now it's not. I'm good for subscribers. Always want more, of course. I can't wait to get to 10,000 so I can unlock additional features, and then I can come back and show y'all how that works. But in the meantime, I'm pretty comfortable with my subscriber growth right now. But let's say I'm not. Let's say that was my focus. Maybe I really want to get Teespring integration because I've designed some amazing t-shirts. I have 2 t-shirts available for sale, but let's say I had a whole bunch and I can't wait for that merch shelf to be created as part of my channel, right? So let's say I really want subscribers. Well, okay, sale and sign card, Carnival Cruise Basics. So I could do more Carnival Cruise Basics videos where I explain some of the basic nitty gritty of going on a cruise with a certain virus that should remain nameless. Now might not be the best time for that, but generally speaking, that notwithstanding, that might be a great idea. Or if maybe I can't do that, what's the next one that's delivering subscribers for me? How much do cruises cost? That got me 9 subscribers in the last 4 weeks. So maybe I could do that. Maybe I could break down. Maybe I could do like a niche version of like, how, I'm not going to say that out loud because I'm going to keep those ideas for myself. But I could double down on that kind of a content. And so then I can scroll down. And now I see some that haven't really gotten me any new subscribers. El Cid, Marina, and Mazatlan, for example. So that's an excursion. Spider monkeys, that's an excursion. Black crabs in Hawaii, that's an excursion. I'm seeing a trend here. So maybe excursion videos don't do so well for subscriber growth on my particular channel. So maybe I should focus more on the ship, which is actually something I've learned over the last few months, since I would say early December. That's been a realization. Now, if I click on this again, you'll have to excuse me because I'm not super strong in this new interface. Oh, I can hide metric. Ooh, let's do that. Hide metric. Let's do that. Now, I can make myself a little. I can make myself a little less giant here. So because I know that there's some things with AdSense and monetization, so it's not always great to show that information. I don't care. I'd be happy to share. Can I not switch this around? I want to hide the metric. I want to go from like big to no. Okay. Showing top 50 results. Okay, well, in the old one, I could invert that, and so you could see the ones that I was losing subscribers on. I'm not sure if there is a way to do that here. It says here that I need to do an export. Please use exports to view up to 500 results. I think this is export up here. Export current view. Google Sheets in a new tab. Let's do that because that'll probably be easier to broadcast. Generating a options. Open a new tab. That's not sharing anything inappropriate, I don't think. Let's hide the video info just because that's not useful or relevant right now. Got it. Nobody cares. Go away. Am I showing revenue information? No, I'm not. Awesome. How is this broadcasting? Time to. I'm gonna move back. Whoa! All right. And I can make myself a little bit smaller here. Let's include the view count there. I think that would be useful. All right. So now here I've got a little bit more data. So this is my subscriber count, and this is for 500 videos. And the data stops at 394 because I don't know reasons. Come on. Oh, you know what the problem is? I don't think they got any views. Well, this is interesting. This was unanticipated, but I can now identify, sadly, what I suspect is like 59 videos that got no views. No, it's more than that. Why did it... What are you doing, Google Sheets? I like Excel more than Google Sheets. Doesn't... There we go. Sorry, 107 videos got no views in the last 4 weeks. Wow, somebody watched my Calgary Stampede video. That's kind of surprising. Well, this isn't exactly showing quite what I had hoped. Ironically, I was hoping I could show you where I was losing subscribers, but I guess I haven't. Now, I have, I'm sure, lost some subscribers over that period. The point that I'm making here is that they weren't on a specific video when they did it. So you can unsubscribe from a channel from the channel page. You can also do it from your subscription tab. There's a lot of different places where you can unsubscribe. But what this information is showing you is what happens on a particular video. So if there were some negative numbers here, and I'm sure if I went for a longer time frame, there would be. Let's do 90 days. And then let's export that. That's at the top. How's chat doing? Everybody good? I accidentally released a video on Wednesday. Scheduled the wrong time, my mistake. I'd already had one slated for, say, I quickly turned the other one to private. I'm not really strong in that whole functionality. I listed it public today and it didn't get much traction. Yeah, I suspect the reason is probably what you're talking about, but I'm not super strong on that, so I'm not really confident in providing a detailed answer, but that's I think your suspicion is on point. Can you listen to the Jurassic 2, Park 2, the Jurassic Classic? Interesting request. I don't listen to sound, honestly, on these broadcasts because of copyright concerns. Oh my gosh, go away. Did the tab come up? Oh, it's options. Allow pop-ups. Okay, so this is the one we want because it says 217 subscribers versus 57. Cool. Let me just quickly check what else is going on in chat. Should I rewrite my channel description? You could. Appealing to basic nature of the average gamer. What's your niche? I used to participate in a lot of live chats and got a lot of subs from that. That's interesting. I don't think that would be bleeding subs, though. It must be my content. Not necessarily, and that's why we want the data. I did take a 4-month hiatus. I mean, the algorithm could be suffering. You could be suffering by not getting new ones. It's not copyrighted. Yeah, you know what? The last time I tried that, it didn't go well. I tried to play something that was not copyrighted, and then I got a copyright claim. I'm not saying that that's what your issue would be, but also I'm here about helping people grow their YouTube channel. So I don't think listening to music is in service of that, unless there's something about your request I'm not picking up on here. So anyways. The point here, hopefully, this is a weird thing to hope for, but hopefully I lost some subscribers. Just for data purposes. Here we go. Okay, now we're talking. All right, so I really recommend that you do what I just did, and you look at your information at a video level, because your concern, your fear, your assumption is that your new content is making people unsubscribe. Let's know for certain, because that is something you can know with relative certainty. Don't make it a guess. Don't operate on a guess, because what if they're unsubscribing because their accounts are getting closed? Or they're just cleaning out their old subscriptions, or they were a sub for sub person and you didn't respond, and that's great for you, but eventually they unsub. It could be a lot of different things could be happening right there. And so it's not necessarily, it could be a coincidence that it's corresponding. And also, is it happening on every new video? Even if, let's say your assumption's correct, let's see what video is hurting, what kind of video is hurting you, what kind of video is helping you. So here, in the last 90 days, there were 2 videos where I lost some subscribers. And let's see. Drivers 10, travel pro tip number 6, cost me 1 subscriber. Yeah, that's not a surprise. That video wasn't really on brand very much. That's fine. No more plastic straws on Carnival cruises. Oh, somebody got butthurt. This is, it's funny because I do, it's a travel channel and we cover cruises a lot. And sometimes we cover a controversial topic, like when they switched from Coke to Pepsi, oh my God. Or when they increased the penalty for violating their smoking policy. And it generated a lot of comments and stuff. And so it's interesting because we did this video about how they no longer have plastic straws on these cruise ships, and some of the comments on Facebook were pretty negative, and so that cost me 2 subscribers, I'm noticing here. And so now I know where 3 of my lost subscribers came from. Right there, you can see it. Let's hide this just for clarity's sake. And then on the flip side, I can also go and see what videos are generating a lot of subscribers. So for example, we saw earlier that my sale and sign card video was performing well in the last 4 weeks. This is confirming that it's not just the last 4 weeks, but at least the last 3 months that it has been a top performer. And look, the number 2 position, how much do cruises cost? That is also... So they are consistently in the top 2 positions. So do something like this so you have data, not assumptions, that you're making your decisions off of. And if it's true, and your recent videos are the ones that are giving you negative subscribers, then okay. You can think about that. Maybe that's the price you pay while you transition content. Maybe you want to shift gears. I don't know, but at least then you're using data and rock solid evidence and information to make your decision making, not assumptions. And assumptions like that, when it comes to our content, these are our little babies, our little soldiers that we send out into the world, our little walking, talking lottery tickets, however you want to look at it. But they're things that we by and large pour our heart and soul into, and so it gets tied up in things of feelings and passion and ego. And so it's easy to maybe jump to certain conclusions, rightly or wrongly, that are based on emotion and not data. And that could lead you astray. What if there is an older video that you did where you said something controversial maybe, and it's being shared maybe somewhere on Reddit or something, and people are unsubscribing because that is surfacing, and they didn't realize that you'd said that, and so maybe they're unsubscribing. That's a scenario that could happen. And one of the things I say is when you put out a new video, your old videos get a little bit more traction, generally speaking. So you said that you're seeing a causal link between new video upload and people unsubscribing. But what if there's a step in between that you're missing? Maybe it's new video goes up, old video gets a little bit more algo love. People see that makes people unsubscribe. There could be a missing link in there somewhere. This data will help you find that if it's the case, or rule it out. Maybe confirm your suspicion, but at least then you'll have information you can make a choice. If it's one old video, like I have a video which I've mentioned in other broadcasts where I was getting kicked off rides at Six Flags for having a GoPro camera, and I could have been a little bit better in it. I think largely the staff escalated the situation, but we get a lot of hate there, and so there have been times where I've seen that old video, it does cost us sometimes the odd subscriber here and there, but it also gets us views, and I think it prompts a good conversation, so I leave it up. But if it was concerning, let's say it's a video that was off-brand, like maybe it's me talking about Rogue One or video games on my travel channel. I had some like that, and I removed them. And I looked at this kind of information before I made that decision. Because what if, maybe it's not getting a lot of views, but what if it's got a high subscriber conversion rate? Or what if it's costing us subscribers and it's low views? Is it worth having that around? Is it an albatross around my neck? And so I could private it, or I could delete it, or I could just don't make another, Star Wars movie review on my channel. So use the data is really what I'm saying. And then no. And you know what? Hey, check it out. Yes, you're right about basing it on emotion. Hey, I've been there. Copyright equals no money. I'm not trying to make money here. I'm trying to help people, and I don't know how listening to music is going to help other YouTubers. If you can explain it to me in chat how it will, I'd be happy to consider it. But right now, I don't see the benefit to our audience. I like Jurassic Park. I like the movies. I really enjoyed The Lost World. I thought the thing in San Diego was really entertaining, and a lot of people don't like that. It was something that was included in the first novel and not the second one. So, I am a fan of Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is like my favorite Universal Studios ride, and I can't wait to try Jurassic World. So, I like that platform. I just don't know how me talking about those things helps my audience right now. That's my thing. So, plastic straws are useful. There's a consider accessible tool for people who have a habit of biting straws. Rant over. Yeah, I hear you, DJ. So anyways, we got Pixelpia teaching and learning here in chat as well. That's awesome. So anyways, what I would suggest even long way home, if you like and the timing happens to work, maybe take a look at this analytics stuff later. And if you want, join us tomorrow. We're going to be going live again for hopefully another couple of hours around the middle of the day Pacific time. Come back with your data. Let me know. What does it see? Because I'd like to hear back from you. Or alternatively, if that doesn't work, come back and comment on this video, after you've gone and look at the data, and I'd be happy to see. Copyright doesn't have anything to do with money, Jurassic Classic. Yeah, that's actually one of the things. I have a video that I made that I was so proud of, and I love it so much. It's parasailing in Mazatlan. But this was before I had someone writing music for my channel, so I used a Shinedown song, and I wasn't monetized back then. I don't care. I don't want to make a penny off of it, really. If any ad money goes to Shinedown, that's great. I'm happy to do it that way. I love the song. They should get rewarded for making a lovely song. But the problem is that they keep changing their policies around that song, so that sometimes they get the ad revenue, but sometimes they just block it off of the entire platform. So I can't have people watch that. I can't reliably refer people to that video anymore. Because when they go to watch it, sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And this is a frustration with copyright on YouTube. You get notified of the initial claim of copyright. Hey, you get the email that says, hey, this is not a copyright strike. And you're like, oh, thank God. Even to this day, every time I'm like, just double check. Yes, it's there. Okay. So, but the thing is you get the initial notification, and so maybe it just says blocked in Germany, or you can't monetize it. And you're like, okay, that's fine, not a big German audience, and I don't want to make money. That's all fine. But then later, they could change their policy and block it worldwide, and you don't get a notification. So you could have it in your end cards, and your info cards, and your description in other videos, and you could be sharing it on social media and talking about it to your friends, and they go there and no video here. And so that's a big reason why I don't want to get into copywritten material ever again, really. Because let's say I listen to that song here, and yeah, maybe there's no copyright claim on it right now, but then later there is, and then this whole stream disappears, and so the time and the effort I'm putting in and the assistance that hopefully and value other people are getting out of it is gone in an instant, and I may or may not get notified. If I get notified the content ID match and it just says you can't monetize, that's fine, but they change the policy tomorrow, and then my video disappears. And I have no control over that or notification. And that sucks. Going to do this tonight. Going to do what tonight? Oh, you're going to look at where your subscribers are coming from in the export. Right. Nice. Cool. the musical. It's an interesting idea. I'm not big on musicals generally. I love Jersey Boys, though. I listed it. Public didn't get much traction. You know what? Let's go take a little look at Ace of Vegas' thing here. I'm curious about this. Close down all this data, all these numbers. That's not an attractive thumbnail, is it? Let's talk spreadsheets, everybody. Don't get me wrong, I love Excel. One of the sayings is sort of with my family and friends is that Excel can make everything a little bit better because it makes it a bit more organized. All right, here's Ace of Vegas. Oh, look, I'm subscribed, but I don't have notifications on. Sorry. Let's check these videos. And I've watched some, you can see here. This is interesting. Yeah, I mean, I love Ace of Vegas. I met the man. He is funny. He's friendly. He knows a bunch of languages and martial arts. So, like, he is a Renaissance man for our time. And he showed me strategies that got me well over 1 million loyalty points in My Vegas, which is enough for a 10-day free cruise. I got that in 3 months after listening to his advice. So, if you ever go to Vegas or you like free stuff, check him out. We did a video on this channel about a small YouTuber we like, Max Hickson. And so I don't want to do shout outs, but I do want to highlight certain YouTubers that do things very well. And Ace, you're on my list somewhere. I'd like to do a video like that about your channel one day where basically I talk about why I like it and then I immediately pivot into some technical things you're doing well that everybody can learn from. So let me know if you're cool with that. I don't know when I'll ever have the time, but I'm thinking you'll be like number 2 or 3 for that particular series if we keep up with it. So yeah, one of these is definitely not like the other, but it's interesting because there's a lot of ups and downs here, which, yeah, like even just this one row here, nearly 2,000. 200, 3,000, 2,000, 90, 600. So that's interesting. Looking for correlation. Yeah. Nope. I thought I had it. Let me just see how this is broadcasting here. Wow, I'm still very big. Should I make myself smaller? Is this box too big? Let me know in chat. I'm just looking here. Yeah, free cruise. Bigger channels purchasing views, likes, etc. to inflate their video to get it picked up by the algorithm. Do you have any thoughts on that among the fence? Oh, God, I have thoughts. Yes, I do. Let's just look at some of Ace's situation here first, and then I will happily tackle that question. A little disorganized tonight because of the stream fail, but whatever, we'll make it work. Let's see, how are we doing here? Just making sure I'm like paranoid that I'm going to lose the feed again. So one thing that I'm noticing is that, like, I thought I saw a correlation because on the 3,000 view one, that's a 19-minute video, 2,000 views over here, 16 minutes. But then there's this other one here that's like 3 minutes. So there's a lot that goes into this. I assume you're talking about how to redeem My Vegas Slot Rewards 2020 with only 95 views. Is that the video in question? Ace? Oh, he said you listed it public today. But I'm wondering how it displays too, because if you privated it and then publicated it, that is the one. Okay. Yeah, I mean, 95 views. How far back do we have to go in your channel before we find something that got that few views? That is definitely underperforming for you. It's a good subject. It's a subject I know you've covered before. I'm pretty confident. So you might be competing with your own content. And if the other video has more watch time and things behind it, like for example, I made a video about how to check into your Carnival cruise online on my Vacation Impossible channel. And then later they updated the website. So I did a new one. But I think the new one came in a little shorter, because it was a little less filler. It got to the point a little sooner, and for whatever reason didn't get as much traction. And so the one that shows the old website is still getting a lot of traffic, but I can't get people to instead watch the new one that would actually be more helpful for them. It's competing against my own content, which is kind of weird. So there could be an element of that happening here. I'm not sure. I got to say, I don't know about this disclaimer. You know, I know you've been using it for a while. You used it when I was a guest on your podcast. I don't know that legally it's doing anything for you. And I think that it could potentially turn people off. I don't know. I mean, check your retention. I know this isn't what you asked about, but it's something I've been thinking about. I just wanted to share. Check your audience retention for those first few seconds. Maybe compare videos prior to you using this and then after. I know this is sort of like a COPA thing, and I worry that people are overreacting to COPA a little bit, not unlike a certain virus that should remain nameless. But yeah, I'm not sure that that's doing a lot for you. Maybe it could be adding to runtime and stuff. So maybe put that later in the video, but not right at the top, perhaps. You could potentially play around with it. I'm not sure that it's helping you. And I honestly, I'm worried that it's to your detriment. So I just thought I'd share. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. You're ranking like a boss, which, I mean, no surprise there. Really, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 tags here that you're not ranking on. It's interesting that you're able to choose Play Studios Inc. as a place. I guess that's maybe their design headquarters. That's interesting. That's kind of a cool hack you got going on there. I respect that. So let's see here. How to redeem My Vegas rewards. I mean, you could, of course, do keyword research on those specific terms for volumes. Your Twitch link isn't working. It's not hyperlinked. You dropped the HTTP, so it didn't auto-hyperlink that. Same thing with Instagram. So that's just a heads up about the description there. And given the view count, you could probably monkey with it without too much concern because it didn't get the algorithmic advantage. Let me see here. You got a couple of tweets. This is currently my Vacation Impossible account here. Let me give a like on that. I can definitely give likes on those mentions because I know your content. I know it's going to be a good video. I'd probably want to watch it before fully retweeting it, but I can easily give that a like. That's no problem. Let's see here. And it looks like it's not been shared on Reddit, which is interesting. There's got to be a subreddit for you. There's got to be. Where's My Vegas content being shared on Reddit right now? There is a subreddit, My Vegas. I imagine you've got to be in there. Please? Are you not? Did you get banned? Is that what happened? Did you not follow whatever rules they might have? You know what? I'm not seeing anything that's showing YouTube links here. Maybe they don't allow it. Or maybe people will do a text and then they put the link in the text. I'm not sure. There's got to be a subreddit somewhere for this. I'm not a big Reddit guy. I never got into it. Yeah, fair enough, but you could be missing out on a big potential here. Then there's the Las Vegas subreddit. There's a YouTube video there. So some people are sharing YouTube videos there. Okay. Well, I think you should. You don't necessarily have to get into subreddit, get into Reddit. You don't have to become really, balls deep in the community. But what? That's a funny phrase. Let's get that on a T-shirt. Balls deep in the community. Would you buy that shirt? Let's design that on Teespring, maybe. I'm not sharing that idea. That one's for us. Anyways, you don't necessarily have to get balls deep in the community, but just finding a subreddit where sharing your videos is accepted. So, if you don't have a Reddit account, go and create one. Go to a subreddit that should allow your content. Click join, and then when you're on your video in whatever format, you just click share here. You click Reddit. It'll pop up, and you'll be able to select the community from the subreddits that you've joined. Now, if you're not comfortable with it yet, and I'm not just talking to Ace here, there is is Small YouTubers Boost, which is a subreddit that I run, and it's meant to be an area where you can safely practice. We don't generally ban people. We've got some simple rules. The worst that'll happen is your post will get taken down. So you can go there to practice to see how things work in a relatively safe space, and maybe build up a little karma while you're at it, and maybe support some other YouTubers and see some cool videos while you're at it. So bare minimum, Small YouTubers Boost is a safe place you can play, but to be really effective and use it to draw an audience in, find one or two subreddits that work with your audience and that allow you to share that way, and then just make that part of your workflow. It's like, how many clicks is that really? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 clicks, and it could be a potentially huge audience. So I mean, I know you don't need it. You're kicking my butt. You got nearly double my subscribers, and you're doing awesome. But hey, let's do awesomer. It's like Dumb and Dumber. So let's see here. You've got that. You got the 3 hashtags. Solid there. Congratulations for your videos. I'm gonna list and what do you prefer, win slots or Vegas? And then of course you replied, and of course you liked. You didn't pin the comment. So I recommend pinning a comment on this. And I know these are things you normally do. I'm just trying to think of what we can do to get this going again, because I do suspect that what happened, and there's no likes on Facebook, and I know you have a Facebook profile for this. Did you share this video to Facebook? Do that, of course. Yeah, that's interesting. I suspect that was sort of what happened. It's that first hour, and not getting the momentum and not being able to support it in real time can really kill a video. But I think some videos can be brought back to life. Other ways that you could drive some traffic to this is including it in end cards and info cards for other videos. I don't know if you added an info card to this or not. As I mentioned in the previous part 1 of this live stream, TubeBuddy's been glitchy a little bit the last few days about not accurately reflecting that. But I would add an info card to this, and if you want to drive traffic to this. In fact, okay, you know what you should do? Let's just do this. Let's do this. How to redeem unlimited rewards 2020. Okay. Interesting. Because the thing is that I imagine part of why you put this video out is to get the SEO advantage to 2020. But I imagine another big part is the My Vegas Slots app did get a pretty substantial redesign, and so you're wanting to update it. I'm guessing it's those two purposes, plus also having continuing content for your audience. Let's see here. Just trying to find something that's really specific. Do you have how to redeem it at slots specifically other than that video? Slots hacks. Win slots. That's not the slots. We want My Vegas Slots. Hey, there's me with Vacation Impossible. Okay, well, let's just go into some unlimited My Vegas rewards. 9 months old. You could potentially... Oh, you know what? I'm seeing the Twitch link problem here again, and the Instagram. So this is obviously boilerplate stuff that you have in your default upload settings. So if you go and you fix it there, at least going forward, it'll automatically be fixed on future videos. And if you've got the paid TubeBuddy, you can use their mass update tool to potentially fix that. So that's good. But one of the things you could do is some videos that might... benefit from linking to that, you could put in the description a link. You could put an info card up there at an appropriate point, and you could also potentially put it in your end card. Why did I go full screen? That's not what I wanted. Like, oh, here you go. My Vegas Strategy 2020. So, I mean, depending on how important this video is to you, and how much you want to put into giving it life support, bringing it back to life, I think that those are some strategies you can do. I don't know that there's much else. If you can go to I'm reading chat now. If you can go into the Small YouTubers Boost Reddit, help people out by upvoting their posts, and everybody Hopefully everyone does the same. Yeah. I don't know what kind of rules there are. Balls Deep in Vegas. I like that. You can have that one. I'll give you that one. Balls Deep in the Community is going to be small YouTubers boost. Balls Deep in Vegas can be Ace of Vegas. I like it. So anyways, I think that give it a shot. That's why I come for advice. Awesome. It seemed to go well that first time. So hey, let's get you into the stratosphere, not the hotel. Although I stayed there a couple times, it wasn't bad, but that was many years ago, the early aughts. But anyway, so I don't know about Reddit's rules necessarily, if there's any rules against sort of mass upvoting. So with that caveat, if I don't know, I like Alt F4 Gaming's ideas, us supporting each other with upvoting. I just want to make sure that hopefully that doesn't violate any terms of service with Reddit. So I say do it so long as it's allowed. I'm not an expert on if it's allowed or not. Do you think I should pin it in the comments section? I didn't link it on FB the first time. Yeah, and I mean, you still can at any time, right? Like pin a link to your new video is the comment. You know, some big YouTubers do that. I don't know. For smaller YouTubers, I think it looks better when we pin stuff that's not our own. It's like there's a tipping point where up to a certain size, and I don't know what the magic number is. Did you see my question earlier? I'm not sure. I know that all spam is equally important. How would you rank them between thumbnail, title, and keywords? Ooh. Thumbnail's probably most important, but title and keywords is easier to do. Because thumbnail gets into issues of art, whereas title and keywords is a lot more about data and metrics. But thumbnail's probably most important. In fact, I think you've ranked them right. Thumbnail, title, keywords. I think you got that right. Quick answer to that question. So anyways, I think that there's a tipping point where below a certain size, if you're pinning your own comment, it's kind of like, oh, they didn't get any comments. Is kind of, I think, the way that people look at it. That's what I fear, because I experimented with it a little bit on my channel, and if anything, it seemed to, and I didn't have a huge data size, but for my limited experimentation, it really seemed to actually have a chilling effect on comments. I didn't get as many comments on videos where I tried that versus very similar videos where I did not try that. But then I think that there is a tipping point when you become big, when you're a Pat Contri or Philly D or somebody, and your pinned comment is just another place with like links or the question of the day or something critical like that, and I don't know where that tipping point is. I know that it is somewhere more than 1,000 subscribers, but somewhere less than 200,000 subscribers. It's in there somewhere. You know, it's like what is it Simon Sinek says about falling in love? He goes, I know it takes more than 2 hours and less than 2 years, but I couldn't tell you the date specifically. And so it's one of those things. So I personally wouldn't recommend it. What do you think about pinning a question in the comments about the content in your video? Yeah, and I think I just answered that. And so I think that I think it's better to ask the question in the video. So if you're watching this on replay, comment down below, #replay, question of the day. How do you handle pinning comments? What kind of comment do you look to pin? There you go, something like that. I just demoed it, but also legit. If you're watching this on replay, do actually that. I want to see, I'm curious. I want to see what's worked for you and what hasn't, because I'm just one guy out here in the world trying different stuff. So I'm going to go on a rant, and then I'm probably going to call it a day, because we've been going off and on between part 1 and part 2 for a little over 2 hours, and I'm getting a little tired. And I'm going to be doing this again probably in, yeah, I don't know, some number of hours. Less than 20. I don't know. So we will be able to continue this tomorrow. I hope to go live sometime around the middle of the day, Pacific time. Time zones do my head in. So here we go. Among the fence. I've heard stories of bigger channels purchasing views, likes, etc. to inflate their video to get it picked up by the algorithm. Do you have any thoughts? Yes, I do. Screw those guys. That's my thought. They can go screw themselves. That's not okay. That is a textbook violation of the terms of service. And if you're a bigger channel, you shouldn't need to do that. But you know, and that only makes it a little bit worse. It certainly doesn't make it better. that they're bigger, but it's still just as wrong. I get contacted all the time. I'm the sole administrator, although I have 10 fantastic moderators, but I'm the sole admin of a large Facebook group. I've got the link up here. It's Small YouTubers Boost. And it's got over 134,000 people in it, and they're all small YouTubers. And so I am constantly being contacted by people who want to sell different things. They want my endorsement, they want a pinned post, they want an announcement, they want to be in the logo. There's a lot of different things. And so I go through a vetting process with these people because I refuse to endorse something I don't believe in. There is the odd occasion where I might post about something that I haven't had time to try, but it might be a time-limited opportunity. And in that case, I make it very clear in the post that that's what's going on. But I've only had to do that once. Generally speaking, I didn't want people to suffer and miss out on opportunity because I was a busy guy, is what that was. But by and large, I test these things. So I endorse TubeBuddy because TubeBuddy is amazing. I have tested it. It's not perfect. Like I said, that info card thing in best practices hasn't been great the last couple days. Hopefully they fix it. Generally, they fix things that don't work. And I'm honest about that. For example, before there was a thing in Chanalytics where you had to toggle to get certain views to show up, and they fixed it, and that's not a problem anymore. And so that's great. They're responsive. It takes some time though. So they're great. They're not perfect, but they're YouTube certified. They're safe. I've used them since August 2018. There's a link down below. It's awesome. I've used Talonz, and so that's been not as fantastic an experience, but still generally positive. The profile picture I have on Facebook was designed by them. So the turnaround time on that was 10 days, but I did get a thumbnail turned around within 2 days, a day or two, I think. So that was kind of cool, but they've recently changed their website, and now they're splitting into sort of two entities. I'm still figuring out what that's about, so I don't have Talonz affiliate links anymore until I get that sorted. That's a couple of examples. ViralStat is another one that I endorse. They're really good. They give you really deep analytics about other channels, and you don't even have to log in with your channel. It's a little pricey, but there are times where I'm dealing with something either in the group or in relation to my channel, and I'm like, oh God, I need ViralStat. I'm going to go to it and use it now. I don't have an affiliate link down below. I have one somewhere. If it's something you're interested in, let me know. I can dig it out. But those are some of the successful ones. Then there are some unsuccessful ones that have come along. There was one for Instagram that said that they claimed they were going to be the TubeBuddy of Instagram. And I was like, oh, thank God, I need exactly that. That absolutely needs to be a thing. And it didn't work. It just didn't work at all. I couldn't so much as log in. I went round and round with their IT team for days. And I could just never get it working. So at a certain point, I'm like, guys, I'm doing too much UAT for you for free. I can't be spending so much time on this. Other people need my help where I can actually be effective. And so I just said, like, I won't even mention your name. I just can't. And so that's another sort of example. And then we get to the one that's relevant to this question, where some guy reached out to me and says, hey, I've got a bank of cellular phones in Los Angeles. And I can sell subscribes and views and interactions, and we do it so well that we trick out the algorithm that it never catches us. And we have been contacted by large YouTubers, famous celebrities, individuals and organizations and movies and things to boost their trailers, their video content, all this kind of stuff. Or this great success story we'd love to sell in your group. And I told them to pound sand. I mean, I did it politely because you never know. Maybe one day they'll clean up their business model and come back. I don't like slamming doors entirely. I don't like burning the bridge, but I made it abundantly clear that that was a violation of the terms of service. And they said, yeah, but we get away with it. And I said, that is not an advantage. That's not a plus. So I hope one day, I don't wish ill on people generally speaking, but I do hope one day, if what they were saying was true, and I hope they were lying, I hope they were misrepresenting. I hope it's not a thing that is actually going on. But if it is, I hope YouTube catches wise to them, drops on them like a ton of bricks, and removes all those views and subscribes retroactively. Now, the thing is, if it's to prime the algorithm, it might be a little too late for those things, because it could be a case where it did trigger the algorithm, and then they did get organic views, and the organic views wouldn't be removed. But those channels, if depending, they could get shut down, or not copyright strikes, but community guideline strikes against them, or shut down as a TOS violation. So no, it's just not okay. It's and I think it's horrible. And the fact that that people with resources can do that. Like my big why about this channel here, one more time, here's the book, Find Your Why, Simon Sinek. I got a link down below. My why for this channel is I want to democratize YouTube. I want everyone to have a fair shot at YouTube. YouTube's original slogan was broadcast yourself. It was about the little guy being able to compete with the big guy. And, you know, over time, that's gotten harder and harder to do for some reasons that are fair and for some reasons that are less fair. And so it's up to you to decide how you define fair and what category this goes into. But it's gotten more complicated. They invented an algorithm and it's got more and more control because there was just so much content they couldn't do otherwise. I don't blame them for that. They had to find a way to manage it in an automated fashion because it would take an army of millions to like review every video manually and decide, should we show it to people? Should we demonetize it? Should we remove it from the platform? So they got a huge signal to noise problem. My heart goes out to them and I sympathize. And their solution, I don't know that I have a better one. And so I don't really blame them for that. But that also means that if you don't understand how the algorithm works, then it's harder for you to succeed. It doesn't matter your hustle. It doesn't matter your smarts. It doesn't matter your talent or your beauty or your whatever if you don't know this little technical thing about how the algorithm works. And the algorithm's a big fat secret. It's more than the kernel's secret spices. So all of those reasons has had an anti-democratization effect on the platform. Similarly, you've got large traditional media like late night shows, and I watch their stuff a lot, so I mean, I can't point the finger hard here, but you got somebody like The Tonight Show or whatever, and they'll take their clips, their interviews with celebrities, their very funny monologue that's written by a team of writers in Hollywood or Burbank or New York, and they'll put that up on YouTube, and because they've got a recognizable name and brand, and, you know, professional people behind it, their end cards, you know, are some of the most professional and creative, you know, wonderful promotional shots and all these different things. They've got all these traditional advantages. And then they come onto the platform of the people and they compete where we don't have those advantages. And so that's a trick too. But here's a thing about that. I go and I look at a Stephen Colbert clip and their tags aren't always totally great. And they don't remember to do the info card and they don't do some of these other technical things because they're so big, they're going to get a huge audience anyways. We go in and we do those technical things. We get a slight in that one narrow band advantage. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm reminding you to do the info cards. I'm telling you about TubeBuddy so that hopefully we can level the playing field a little bit. So it pisses me off that there could be these companies that have these giant budgets that could hire some farm, you know, whether it's through Fiverr or some guy with a bank of cell phones that contacted me. I'm not going to release his name or anything, tempted though I am. It pisses me off that these people that have all this money can then go buy success on this platform. I mean, you can buy success almost anywhere with running ads and stuff, and that's just the way of the world. But if they're doing it also by cheating to this degree and violating the terms of service and probably never being held to account, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but if YouTube found out that somebody at, you know, Jimmy Fallon or somewhere was, you know, if they were, and I'm not making an accusation, and it's just a random example, if we said Jack Black or somebody was using one of these farms, but they are a big name, would they go shut down that channel? They would have to, if they had any business sense at all, any PR person, any communications and media person in their entire company, they couldn't very well do that without knowing that there's going to be a backlash because Jack Black or Jimmy Fallon or whoever the hell it is going to go on Twitter, they're going to go on their television show, they're going to mobilize their audience that they have. Jack Black will go talk about it on The Tonight Show when he's being interviewed, and there's going to be this mass of people that are going to go after YouTube, and the advertisers are going to see that. The advertisers are going to get nervous, and their business model's going to start to have additional cracks, and they've got enough problems with like the COPA stuff and kid stuff and all sorts of other things and scammy content and re-uploaded and copyright, etc. I could go on. So they've got all those problems already. This would just be another problem. So I wouldn't blame them at all if they just decided this isn't worth the headache. We're going to make a business decision and just let it slide. I hope to God they're not doing that, but I couldn't possibly, as you know, I guess technically I'm a small business person now, because I technically, I have this outside income from time to time that I have to declare. I wouldn't blame them. It would be a sound business decision. It might not be a moral one, and if it came out, I think there'd be a backlash to that too. So it's a crap show all the way around. So the fact that these people are out there potentially putting YouTube and creators, big and small, in this situation where they have to make this decision about the ethics of this, it's drug dealing on the internet, basically. You know what? I'll get you that dopamine hit of watching your numbers go up. I'll make you a star, baby. Come on. Like, what is this? The casting couch? Like, what the hell? And so it's scummy, and it's a poison and it's toxic in our community, and it pisses me off. So I hope you enjoy our rant, because that's what this is. So if those people, approach you, or you hear about it, or you see it, don't do anything that gives them any oxygen or breath. Just shut it down. Don't name and shame them. That just draws more attention to them, because some people could see that and be like, oh, well, maybe I want to do that. Now, don't even do that. If you see it happening in my group, hit the report button as fast as possible. Don't comment, don't like, don't go in there and flame them, because that just triggers the Facebook algorithm and puts the post in front of more people, so more people, might contact that person and, continue in their dodgy practice. So if it's happening in my group, just hit that report button. If it's a comment on one of your videos that's saying something like that, just hit that report button. Let the people behind the scenes remove it before it gets more eyeballs on it. Don't give it attention. Don't give it oxygen or the light of day. And you know what? It's going to be whack-a-mole, which sucks. That's like sub for sub in my group. I've had to ban, with my moderator team, who I love and are fantastic, we've had to ban over 9,000 people from our group. That's insane. There are so many competing groups out there that try to scam in our name. They don't even have 9,000 members, and we've banned that many, and almost all of them for sub or selling views. That's another thing. We're selling views and selling subscribers and sub for sub. Those three things will get you banned from my group for life. It's fraud, and it pisses hardworking YouTubers off. I'm going to go look at chat, because I don't know how you're reacting to all of my ramblings. It's going to be like, oh, he's spitting on the camera. Let's see here. If it makes you feel any better, I'm killing the official My Vegas channel on views and subs. As in crushing it? Because if you're shutting down your channel, I will cry. Had to watch some SpaceX. I forgive you. That's fine. You can always rewatch this whenever you like. Let's see here. It looks like during my rant, nobody was talking in chat. So they were like, oh God, he's getting preachy. I'm going to watch something else maybe. I don't know. But hey, I got a question. That's my honest feelings about it. Crushing it, my friend. Good. Just making completely sure. It's hard to tell in text sometimes when folks are joking. Agree with everything you said. Thanks. I appreciate it. It was decent. And add a letter, and it was my descent into madness. So that's a rough note to end things on, but it's a high energy one. You got to give me that. Ranting is good for the soul. Get it off my chest. Man, I swear to God, one day I would love to do a live stream of just me moderating my Facebook group. I think that would be cathartic for me and informative for other people. I am wrapping up, but I'm going to be doing another live stream tomorrow that I hope to run for, 2 or 3 hours. It's going to be sometime in the daytime. I don't know exactly when, in the Pacific time zone. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, so you get that notification. And those notifications are so important. It was important tonight. The feed went down because I lost the internet, and then when I came back, the notifications went out again, so people knew that we didn't just give up on the night, which I came this close to doing, not gonna lie. After restarting the router, did nothing. So anyways, hoping for a channel review. I really hope I can get to you tomorrow. That would be awesome. So join us early. That's why I get those notifications on. Set it to all so you get all notifications. We don't upload a lot on this channel. You won't get bombarded with them. But that way you can join us early, and then the earlier you speak up in chat, the earlier you can get your channel reviewed or your question answered. Q&A, you can ask for a rant, you can ask me a question that sets me off, whatever you like. So that's pretty good. So I'm just thinking here, because I am the creator of Vacation Impossible, I end all of these live streams with a challenge, a specific action you can take today that should help your channel. And you know what? Following on the theme that I was talking about a little bit here with Ace of Vegas, who is absolutely awesome. Check out his channel if you have any interest in his content, or just want to see, what a good YouTuber, a small YouTuber can really pull off with some strategic sharing and stuff like that, and just some really great intentionality behind what he does. And he picks a niche and he beats the hell out of it in the best possible way. And he's grown a real community there that supports him in wonderful ways. So we can all learn a lot from Ace of Vegas. But anyways, putting that aside. So here is your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to take one of your videos and go share it on the Small YouTubers Boost subreddit. I might regret saying this because now that subreddit's going to blow up and I'll have a lot of work to do, but go and do it. Just get it out there, get it, or better yet, find a community where you can share it, where people already have expressed an interest in your genre and you're allowed to share. If you can do it there, that's better. That's like second tier. But bare minimum, at the very least, find a video you haven't shared on Reddit and go share it in a small YouTubers Boost subreddit. Go get some karma. Go create that account if you haven't already. It's one more place your video can be, and also start to learn a little bit about Reddit, get a little bit comfortable there, so that maybe you can find an additional audience and find a new, a path to growth and place to share your stuff. Because once you find your community, your subreddit that is where your audience is, it's literally 4 clicks per video, might get you hundreds of views. And who the heck doesn't want hundreds more views, right? So that's your mission if you choose to accept it. Otherwise, I'm going to go post a video right now. You'll love it. I guarantee it. Cool. Thanks to the group. I multiplied my following by about 10 times in the last year. Yeah, Ace of Vegas is a wonderful success story. So that's awesome. And, he's such a nice guy. I don't think he'll ever get to Hollywood for us. Here's hoping. I guess we'll find out because he's on his way. So anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. And this live stream will self-destruct in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm pulling the plug. It's not the internet going down. See you next time, guys.